But the promise is there. I could see what I could make. So I devoted my entire time and energy and effort in 2024 to generative AI. And just 6 months after that video, the models had gotten so good, and you could do such good prompt adherence, that I was able to make a short film, a narrative short set in a fantastical Ottoman setting, and bring this short story to life. And this video is what really made me an AI filmmaker, because this ended up winning several awards at film festivals, and I started working with production companies and creative agencies on how they can implement AI into their existing workflows in a way that makes sense and actually puts creativity first. So I am a Gen AI proponent. I have a love relationship with Gen AI, because without Gen AI, I wouldn't have been able to make any of these things at all. These wouldn't exist, and I wouldn't be here talking to you. So I love Gen AI, but we'll get to why I hate Gen AI as well. So this is actually one of the first images that a computer ever made. It's from 2013 or 14. It's by a Google engineer. And the model is called Deep Dream. Deep Dream is really weird. It's a weird model. It's obsessed with eyes and dogs. I don't know why. So if you Google it, you will see a lot of images, and they all have lots of eyes in them. Really creepy. But then AI models got better and better. So we started getting more cohesive things like this. But there's several things wrong with this image, right? The humans look very plastic, right? They look like Barbies. And of course, the 6 fingers. God damn, the 6 fingers. I mean, this lady's ripping into that gift package much faster than any moment. She's winning life. And then this photo happened. I'm sure you all saw this. So I'm not going to even ask you to raise your hands. This photo fooled everybody. Even though with our eyes today, you can look at it and say, this is so AI. I mean, look at the hand. What is that cup? His cross looks really weird. And his glasses, there's something wrong with like the shadow. But this is how good they were getting. And the moment this hit, I think everybody realized, wait a second, AI can generate really good looking images. And now we can create incredible images, right? That you can't really distinguish from reality. This looks like it's out of the Game of Thrones series. This one looks like I shot my friend, just casually, with my mirrorless camera. Or something like this, which is like, it looks like a casting call, right? It's studio lighting, it's very detailed. You can make incredible images now. And 2023 was the year of imagery, for sure. Then 2024 came, and I think we had this Cambrian explosion of video models. So what you see here are the number of video models that were released across open source and closed source. And what you see below are the main players. So you will see this huge explosion in 2024, where you had lots of Chinese companies and American companies releasing models like Kling, Minimax, Luma. You could finally use Sora, and it wasn't very good. And then you had Google Veo 2. And just so you guys understand like the speed of progress within this space, this is a comparison of image to video. So both models are using the same starting image, as you can tell, and they have the same text prompt in terms of how I want that image to be moved. And you will see how the different models react and build. So Kling gets it right. I don't know what's happening here, for instance. The runway is not very good at that point, so he's like determined to walk with his head to the side. This just looks very cartoony. But if you look at Kling, pretty much it gets it every single time. These are usually one-shot outputs that I get. So Kling is getting a lot of the things correct in terms of fidelity, quality, and prompt adherence. And that's really where everybody was competing in 2024. And this is me in my house. The reason I have me in my house is because what Runway got right was video to video. Because there's all these different models. You have text to video, image to video, and video to video. And in video to video, you can take a video that you've shot and you can stylize it in any shape or form that you want with a text prompt or with an initial image. So you can become the main lead actress in a horror film, or you can become the astronaut in a space drama. Of course, the structure is still there. You can see my stairs in the background, and it's not production ready. Nobody would use this in there, in a million years at the moment. But this is what's like a better version of this is coming. So that's quite impressive in terms of technological achievement. And this year, so we've achieved fidelity, prompt adherence, quality. Really, they're improving, right? But this year was all about consistency and continuity, because the biggest thing in AI filmmaking and in general AI video was there was no consistency. Like, you could have one character in one shot and it would look completely different in another shot, which defeats the whole purpose of storytelling. So now I can take my character, my actor, I can take a setting and mash them together and essentially put her in that space. And then I can have a workflow that takes that initial shot and then generates lots of continuity shots for me automatically, and I can pick and choose the ones I want to use, upscale them. I can get an actor to actually move my characters. So this is a great way of augmentation. You can still work with actors, which I do, to actually move the characters on screen. So it's like motion capture. And then VO2 produced, integrated audio. And I'm gonna play this. So there's no actor here. This is just the AI model delivering a dialogue that I've asked it to deliver.
It requires passion, precision. But what I'm hearing is, well, frankly, it's a mechanical struggle. There's no heart in it.
This is what my violin teacher told me when I was a child. And I included it because it is in my latest short film. She's in it, but she doesn't know. And then now what you can also do, again, back to control, right? You can take an image and add VFX on top. So I can take this video that's been generated, the video itself is AI generated, then I can say add snow, and it just adds snow. Again, the quality is degraded a little bit, but again, if this is the direction that we're headed, you can see where this is going, right? In terms of filmmaking and being able to produce stuff. So nowadays, any of you in the audience, I include all of you. If you have an idea, you can produce a story out of it using your LLM. I use Gemini. You can then take that, create a shot list, create your visuals in any number of image models that you use. I use Midjourney and Nano Banana, which is Google. Then you take those visuals, you can then essentially animate them using whatever model, again, you prefer. I prefer Kling AI and Runway for motion tracking. Then you can add sound effects to it with 11 Labs and Suno for music, for instance. And you put it in your favorite editing software, and one person can do a film, right? One person can do a marketing ad. It's possible today. And it sounds really fun and exciting, right? It's extremely frustrating. Because these models are hallucination engines, right? You hear the word hallucination a lot, and we're trying to make sure that these models don't hallucinate in LLM world, but actually they're meant to hallucinate. That's their whole point. And that's why they're so great for creativity, but it's also a roll of the dice. Because every time I ask for a change, something else changes. Because the model is just doing something else every single time. So that's what all of these companies are trying to fix with continuity and control. And I'm just going to show you a couple of scenes of this, because I'm conscious of time. But this is just to prove home the point of realism that you can get and character consistency. These are some shots from my latest short where Leo went. I'll leave it there, happy ending. You can watch the rest of it on YouTube. But I now believe, having worked on that film, that guy exists somewhere, I just need to find him. And next year, so let's talk about the future. 2026 is going to be all about world models. This is Google GA3. This is not a video model. This is actually generated in real time. So this space that is being walked around, you're going to see in a second that she's actually moving it around. It's almost like a game. And the most interesting thing is it has world memory. So when she turns around, the model remembers that there is a building there and a portal there. This is incredibly useful for filmmaking, because now I can build a set. Instead of building images, I can build a set, I can place my actors in it, I can place my camera, I can draw a line in that space, then generate the video essentially out of that world with full consistency. And if I want to make small adjustments, which is what traditional creatives want to do, right? Because you get a client saying, can we move the camera up? Can she smile less, please? You can do that. You will be able to do that. So this is coming next year, pretty much. So, now I'm going to come to the hate relationship. Because you can take an idea, and because we're in the agent world, right? We have AI agents now. On the main stage, you hear it a lot. You can take anything from an idea, name a keyword, all the way to the editing suite, all with AI agents and all automated completely. It is today possible. So in the future, I think there's two futures that we're gonna have. We're gonna have an automation future and an augmentation future. It's like the two sides of the coin. Let's talk about the positive. The augmentation future, I think, is quite interesting. So what could happen here? Fan films. This is a guy called Kevin the Kid, and he made a Star Wars fan film, and he asked and pleaded Disney not to take it down, because he had done one with Batman, and it was taken down, because it is IP and copyright, right? And then Disney didn't take it down, and Forbes actually called it the best Star Wars film in a while. So I'm going to show you a little bit of it, and just so you get the vibes, and you understand where it's headed, and then I'll tell you why it's exciting.
We're getting close. You said you were there by yourself, but your uncle trained you?
My uncle died about a year after my mom and Nat left, but I still see him every day.
So it's very wooden acting, because there's no acting in this, right? When this was made, we didn't really have the right tools. But the vibes are there. He's got it. There's something there. And what I think is very exciting is, imagine a world if Disney produced its own custom AI models and gave it to all of us and said, you have the next idea for The Mandalorian? Go ahead, shoot it. Do it, upload it, why not? And then they can create a revenue model whereby the creator, the IP owner, and the platform, which could or doesn't have to be Disney, could actually earn out of that system. You could have a whole fan section on Disney+. This is a business model that can only happen with Gen AI, and it's quite exciting to me, because it's talent discovery. But the other side of the coin worries me more. So, automation. I'm pretty sure you guys see this on LinkedIn every day. I at least see 2 of these. People telling me that they can generate hundreds of UGC. UGC stands for user-generated content on social media. This is what a social media farm looks like, and I think that's Black Mirror. It's like super dire. But this is the logical evolution of AI when it's merged with social media because of the attention economy, right? There is no, we can't run away from this. This is going to happen. And I think what's interesting is all of these social media giants, well, actually, before I get there, I want to show you how easy it is. So I went to one of these tools, and I said, create me a story about male beauty history, like the history of male beauty. That's all I said. This is what it made.
Where smooth, oily skin and artfully lined eyes marked high status, and wigs were as much fashion as they were power. Moved to Greece and Rome. Athletic, proportioned bodies were the gold standard.
You get the gist. It created a whole video, all edited with captions and everything. So, and we're not the only ones. I'm not the only ones worrying. And what the existing social media giants are doing now is they have to protect Instagram and YouTube from AI-generated content because they have human creators, right? So they have to manage this and kind of mediate. So what they're all trying to do now is make AI a destination. This is Meta AI's Vibes app, which kind of fell flat. It came out 2 weeks ago, and this is all purely generated AI content. You can also create your own. So you can become a creator on here and post it. What is more interesting is what this man did last week. We all know Sam Altman. So he released Sora 2. It is not just a model, it's also a social media app now. It's a TikTok clone where you're able to give a consented deepfake, what they call nicely a cameo. So I create a deepfake of myself in this app, and I can put myself in any number of situations. And it makes it very shareable. It's super clever from a social media angle. And what Sam Altman did is one of the few ones that said, you can all use me. So you guys, well, it's not available yet here, but once it becomes available, you can make Sam Altman do anything. And somebody made him do this.
The pen is so cool. Everything is free. Okay, I'm taking these. Wait, no. Bring those back. Whoa, gotta go. Stop. Take it back. No, too late. Hey, come back here. Free art, baby.
That's him stealing artwork from Studio Ghibli in Japan, and Hayao Miyazaki is chasing him. I think there's nothing more meta than him stealing artwork from Studio Ghibli, and then it ending up on his own platform. I just love this video. And so, but some of these things are not as easily dividable into good or bad, right? I just mocked this up basically with Google Nano Banana. You will be able to go into your Netflix, and you'll say, hey Netflix, I want to watch a sci-fi show with Zendaya in it. I want the episodes to be 90 minutes, and I want it to be a 6-episode series created for me. This will happen. They will make it. It's possible. It's coming. But what I worry about this, like it's amazing, right? You're all probably going, oh my God, I don't have to waste 30 minutes to pick something to watch now. This is so great. But what happens to the collective experience of film, right? Why did I start my journey to tell stories, right? What happens to the water cooler where we all have a different Game of Thrones ending? What do we talk about? What's the point of that content? And finally, if we automate the whole thing, we just automate and automate and automate, endless supply of content, it's commoditized content. Whose story are we watching and why does it matter? The reason is because this line between human and AI in creativity in any land, it's very subjective. I have lots of creative friends in this world, and some of them say, as long as the idea is mine, I don't care what the AI does. AI, please do everything else for me. Some say, no. Like, I'm happy to brainstorm with it because it's a hallucination engine, but I have to do the hard things to call it my own. This line is very subjective. We're not going to be able to define it for everyone. We're not going to all agree in this room and say, we shouldn't use AI for this because somebody will want to use it. So the main takeaway is, the way I try to draw my line is, entertainment isn't just entertainment. Social media commoditized it and it became this whole other thing. But entertainment is about culture. You know, and these movies transmitted culture, right? They were extremely, this movie transmitted the American teenager to the rest of the world, right? And what was cool. This one made disco famous globally. It was a Brooklyn thing before. This one introduced East Asian mythology to the rest of the Western world in a very effective way. And this one took something that you could argue that's a local, social phenomenon, and we realized it wasn't so local. It was happening everywhere. So what this is trying to show you is, we're not just marketers, we're not just entertainment producers, we're not just filmmakers. We need to be cultural custodians. Whatever we make with AI is going to change the future of culture, and it's super, super important. So we have to be cultural custodians. So play with these tools. It will change the world, right? We have to engage with it, but while we do, we have to ask the hard questions and say, am I comfortable with this? What is the impact of what I'm making on society and culture as a whole? So we need to just be mindful as we're using it. Thank you.